is going to be the third page for the makeup assignment. Number one thing that you got to do whenever you're adding and subtracting rationals is that you need to have the same denominator. So let's go ahead and look at number one. Or it's not number one, it's the number one for this page. We have 3 over p minus 2 minus 4 over p plus 1. All right, so I don't know how to actually explain this to the easiest form, but the one thing that you need to have on the bottom, on your denominator, you need to have the same thing. Now, if you look at both fractions, because we have two fractions here, we have this one right here and this one right here, we have p minus 2 and then we have p plus 1. What I want both of those binomials in one or below my fraction. So that means I'm going to have to multiply on both sides by the opposite. And this is what I'm referring to. I'm going to be looking at this guy first. Now, p plus 1, if I want to have p minus 2, I'm going to have to multiply p minus 2 to it. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and multiply p minus 2. Just like that. Same thing. What I do to the bottom, I do to the top. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I want to have this as my denominator. My denominator is going to look like p plus 1 and p minus 2. That's how I want my denominator to look, which means I'm going to have to go ahead and multiply that side by p minus 2. Same thing with the other side. On this side, I want to make sure I have the same denominator, so I'm going to have to multiply by p plus 1. Now, once I do that, I'm going to have a common denominator, and then we can go ahead and simplify the top. All right, that's the first thing. I'm going to have to multiply everything just like that. At this point, you're going to notice that you have stuff on the top and stuff on the bottom. So what we're going to do, I'm going to go ahead and grab the 3, and it's going to distribute to the 1 and also to the p. So let's go ahead and start doing that. So for this one, it's going to look like this. 3 times p is 3p, and then 3 times 1 is just 3. There we go. Now let's go ahead and do the other one. Now, make sure that you realize that I have a minus. That means that that's a minus 4 or negative 4. So whenever I distribute, I'm actually multiplying by a negative 4. In this case, the first one's going to be 4 times p, which is negative 4p. And the second one is negative 4 times negative 2 is plus 8. There we go. Now for this one, we combine like terms. So this one's going to combine with this. And my numbers are going to combine with my numbers. Let's go ahead and write my final answer. So this is going to simplify as 3p minus 4 is negative 1p. And then 3 plus 8, it's going to be plus 11. There we go. That's the first one. So let me rewrite it a little lower. That way it doesn't look too crowded there. Let's go ahead and rewrite it at the bottom. So like I said, it's going to be negative 1p plus 11. And over, we already know what my denominator is going to be. It's just going to be p plus 1 and p minus 2. There we go. That's my answer for that one. Let's do another one because, it probably didn't make sense the first time around. So let's do the second one right here on the side. We're going to do exactly the same thing. I'm going to have to cross multiply, but instead of cross multiply, I'm just going to rewrite it like multiply top and bottom by the denominators. So as my denominator, I want to have 3n plus 2 and n plus 1 on the bottom. That's going to be my denominator, so I want to have that in my head. Now over here on the n plus 1, I know I'm going to have to multiply this one by n plus 2 because I don't have it on the bottom. And I need to have it on the bottom so I can't have a common denominator. So we're going to do that to the bottom, but also to the top. Over here on this side, we're going to do the same thing, but I'm going to multiply it with n plus 1 because I don't have n plus 1 on my left side here. All right, so that's all I need to do. I'm going to put parentheses just so you guys know that I'm multiplying. Okay, let's go ahead and multiply the top. So I'm going to start with a 2. 2 is going to multiply with 1, and then it's going to multiply with the n. Okay, so let's do that real quick. 2 times n is going to be 2n. 2 times 1 is going to be 2. Let's go ahead and do the other one. Don't forget we have minus, so that's a minus 3. So this one's going to be negative 9n squared and negative 6n. Okay? Because I multiplied this one with this, which gave me 9 and n squared, and then multiplied this with this, which gave me negative 6n. Now we combine like terms, so it's just this one and this one. The ones that can combine, and let's write our answer. So for this one, it's just going to be negative 9n squared. Then I'm going to combine 2 minus 6 is going to be negative 4n. And finally, plus 2. We have everything, and that's my answer. I don't want you guys to simplify the top one. Don't even think about it. Just leave it like it is. The one thing I want you guys to realize is that we're trying to get the same denominator by multiplying the two things on the side. Okay, so that wasn't too bad. So that's 2 of them. All you have to do is 8 more problems. So go ahead. You basically multiplying like that. And you know what? I'm actually going to kind of set up the next one for you guys, and then you guys actually multiply yourself. So let's set it up, and then we'll call it a video here. Let me erase this just so I can put my fraction on the side. This one right here. First thing, you got to multiply the denominators together. So it's going to look like this. Now 5n minus 6 is missing the n minus 5, so I'm going to multiply by that. N minus 5. And then on the other side, we're going to do the opposite, right? I'm going to pick the other one. So n minus 5 is missing the 5n minus 6. So I'm going to put that one right there. There we go. We already have everything already set up. All you have to do is make sure the 5 multiplies here and here. And the 2 multiplies here and here. Now make sure that you realize that you have it plus, so we don't have to change the signs. Okay? So just keep that in mind. And your denominator should look like this. This is the bottom one, so you should know what goes on the bottom already. 5n, or n minus 5, and then 5n minus 6. That's going to be your denominator. All you have to figure out is what's going to go right there. Okay? So I'm going to leave it like that and go ahead and just finish the rest of the assignment.